Mark is in Miami. Hey, Mark, welcome to the show.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Ramsey. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I have a question regarding my and my wife's student loan situation, the best way to approach it. We do have a large amount of student loan debt. It's just around $400,000 combined.
Good Lord, who's the doctor?
Well, I'm an attorney, and I've been out of school for about 6 years. My wife just graduated from nurse anesthesia school this December, and so I have approximately $250,000, and she has about $150,000.
Please tell me both of you have wonderful incomes as a result of this.
I think we do. We have a combined income of just under $300,000, $295,000.
Good. Okay. All right. We're on our way. And hers is probably going up from there. Maybe faster than yours, depending on what kind of law you're practicing.
Definitely faster than mine, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
and so, go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say, I mean, that's part of the ray of hope. And the story with $400,000 in debt, though, is that your income, it's a big shovel. You guys have a big hole, but you got a big shovel. And so being able to attack the debt with this, you guys will make good progress in a much faster, obviously, period of time than...
You know, the average household income in America is $65,000, right?
Yeah, no, we're definitely in a good spot. And
I know, but my point is, what if you lived on that?
That is a good point, yeah.
That would be like $200,000 a year towards your student loans, and you'd be done in 2 years.
Yeah. So that's a very good point, a very good way to look at it.
That didn't sound real convincing.
Mark's not really.
It's a hard pill to swallow. You know,
but it is. But you signed up for this trip, brother.
Yeah. No, you're.
What's the other
absolutely
factor,
right.
Mark? I interrupted you. You were about to talk, and I interrupted earlier. So, is there another factor to this?
Yeah, it was just how you all would recommend approaching it, because we have two sets of loans, and as you all are aware, with these loans are individual per semester or per section of the school, so they all have different principal amounts and different interest rates. And is there a way that you would recommend approaching that as opposed to?
I would just list them smallest loan to largest loan. But more than anything, what you guys need to do is you need to really say to yourself, do we want to screw around with this mess for 10 years? Or do we want to go scorched earth where our lawyer and doctor friends think we've lost our minds and be done with this fast? I will tell you that your probability of getting out of debt and becoming extremely prosperous increases by every year you cut off this get out of debt plan.
Understood.
So I would be if I woke up in your shoes knowing what I know, I'd be Band-Aid off, rip it off guy. We're doing nothing. We're not going on vacation. We're broke. Yeah, we're a lawyer and a nurse anesthetist, but we're broke. We are $400,000 in debt. We are broke. And this is the way I start talking to myself and go, no, we're not buying a car. We're broke. No, we're not going on vacation. We're broke. No, we're not going out to eat. We're broke. We're going to live on $65,000. I don't really care what your stupid friends think. I'm getting out of debt. Because, dude, if you get rid of this, you know what you got? You got a $300,000 going on a $400,000 income with no debt. You're going to be so stinking wealthy, you're going to be able to do anything you want to do the rest of your life. That's how I would approach it. That's how I'd approach it.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, looking at the long game, looking at the end.
Yeah.
The end game.
And the problem is, in your world, it is so, in lawyer world, doctor world, nurse world, it is so normal to walk around for a decade with this backache. When you make more money than 98% of the people out there walking around, and I got to tell you, man, I meet broke attorneys all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they just, because they've normalized it, that this is okay. And when other people in other industries look at it and they just freak out going, oh my God, he's got, but in your world, it's just normalized. And if you're not careful, man, because you're running around with a bunch of people who on the financial side of things are stupid. They're stupid. And they're keeping these loans around, and it's just a way of life. It's just part of it, and they walk around with this backache. Man, you ought to get fired up, and I want you to be a weird lawyer.
And it would be interesting, Mark, the exercise of getting just a investment calculator out and saying, what if we invested our student loan payments? So just say you did this plan, right? You went 2 years, scorched earth, paid it all off. And then you took what is your student loan payment every month and put it in an investment calculator and just play it out.
It's tens of millions of dollars.
Play it out and just see, okay, what could it look like?
This is what it's costing you.
And for a short-term sacrifice for what you guys could do, I mean, it's amazing. And I think what would be hard too is with this income, the pain probably isn't really there. It's not like so you have to almost create this urgency, even though you're not feeling it. Like I even hear it in your voice, Mark. There's not an urgentness.
I'm more scared for you than you are.
So find the why. What is it? What is it about this debt that's going to piss you off and say, man, if we had just paid it off earlier, what would we have done? Right? Like run all the scenarios, look at all of it, because you guys could have a lot of money, which is awesome because you can do a lot of fun stuff, help a lot of people. Your life could really be different if you just said, hey, what if we got rid of this debt, this massive.
The difference in what I'm talking about and what you're thinking about is $10 million. That's the difference. You need to get that in your dadgum head, man. Because you're gonna screw around with this thing, and you're gonna normalize it, and you're gonna keep your stupid lawyer lifestyle while you're broke, and you're gonna take 10 years to do this versus 2 years to do this, and the difference is $10 million. That's what it's gonna cost you. And what the money should have done, that's fabulous income, should have become what you could have become, but you've got to pay a price to get there. And here's the interesting thing: you and your wife have the unusual ability to delay pleasure for a greater gain. We know this because you went to law school. That's while everybody else finished their undergrad and went to work. But you delayed pleasure for a greater gain. She went to anesthesia school. You delayed pleasure for a greater gain. And that's all I'm trying to get you to do is apply that level of maturity to the math on this money situation. And if you do that, dude, but if you get doctoritis, where you come out and have to look like you're a dadgum rich lawyer when you're broke.
And Miami may not help either. You're not living in Des Moines. There's a flashiness to Miami, which is fun, but the culture to it, you're going to push back. You're going to get a lot of pushback.
Stay out of Miami Beach.
A lot of push.
Yeah. This is the Ramsey Show.